gotta talk about this. Full disclosure, I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. Baltimore, Maryland. So, me being from the Northeast, it's typically known that people over here on this side tend to keep to themselves. But luckily, I had the opportunity to go to Alabama for a conference, and I've never been to Alabama, ever. So I didn't really know what I was expecting to see. I really wasn't even expecting anything from Alabama. But when I got to the state, something felt completely different. Nothing too crazy, but just enough for me to want to make a video about it. So me and my boy Virgil, when we touched down in Alabama, it was around like, I want to say between 2 and 3 o'clock. So close to Sunday evening. So we decide to, after leaving the airport, we're going to get some food. It's probably the first thing you should do when you touch down in a new state. Try to get some food. So around that time, it was like Sunday evening around like 5 p.m. or so by the time we got there. And the restaurant we went to, I'm so glad that he searched it up. The restaurant that we went to had crawfish, crabs, a bunch of like seafood boil stuff. Now, I'm not really a seafood guy. I know, being from Maryland, but it's not really my first choice meal. But I'm so glad that we did go to this restaurant, because not only was the food fucking delicious, but the experience that I had was pretty interesting. A bunch of families, kids, older people, all sitting together just eating crawfish on a Sunday evening. And like, the groups range from old heads that, you know, coming here on a Sunday evening, just enjoy some crawfish, probably after church or whatever event they had before, to like teenagers eating crawfish together. And the thing was, there was literally no phone in sight. It was so interesting to see, because, you know, being from the Northeast where everything moves so fast, everybody's usually on their phone taking the calls, not even at the table. But everyone, you can tell, from old head to young head, was just locked into the conversation, locked into just being present with each other. It's an interesting sight to see, to say so myself. Like, no one's rushing, no one felt distracted. Everyone was just locked into each other, just having a great, good, grand old time. So it got me curious. We're in Alabama, a different state. Never really been to the state before, never really been to the South before. So, me being me, why not just go talk to some people? Why not see what the conversations are like and how the people are in Alabama? Or to see how people are typically like in the South. So yeah, that was my thought. What if I just started talking to people randomly? Let's see how they react. See if they can handle the pressure of a Baltimorean, a Northeasterner. Sounds about right. Yeah, it seems like Virgil and I were on the same type of timing, you know? Like, we talked to bartenders, people traveling, waitresses, random people on the streets that just walked past by. But this really interesting couple from Utah, actually. It was pretty cool. They talked, honestly, we talked for a while. I can't even remember what we were talking about. It was pretty interesting. We talked to some waitresses as well, asked them what the Southern hospitality is like, if that's actually a true thing. And it really is. She was going into a deep dive about like why people are like this in the South or whatnot. And I don't know, it just felt comforting to hear. I know it's weird to say, but that conversation felt like a piece that I was missing. These type of interactions even happened at the conference too, because most of the people from there were like from the South, like from Texas, Georgia, Alabama, Florida. I don't even know my southern states like that off the top of my head, but they're all from the South. I actually met some dude from Alaska too, and like just the behavior, just the want to have open conversation was there. It was so interesting. It honestly caught me off guard, because I was expecting like a cool, quick, like minute conversation maybe, but it ended up turning into like multiple 10-minute conversations, 15, 20-minute conversations about anything. And like, our eyes were like locked into each other. No weird shit. But yeah, it was interesting to say the least. Every single person was just open to having a conversation. Not the typical, oh, I gotta go see my friend, or sorry, I'm looking for someone. or walking by with your phone in hand. You know, one of those things. You know, everyone was just like receptive. It wasn't forced. It wasn't awkward. It was just open. It was just open. Like they were always ready to have a conversation. It's like it's their default behavior down there. And see, so where I'm from, it's a little different, you know. People move fast, and it's understandable. Like the Northeast is typically known to be a faster area of the United States. You know, a lot of businesses operate in there. New York, DC, shoot, even some parts of like Boston or you know, Virginia and whatnot. Like they're typically known for being fast because, you know, time is money, and people don't like to waste time. So conversations typically are short because, again, time is money, and people don't like to waste time. So most people like to stay in their own lane. You know, you typically just don't talk to strangers as much. But down south, shoot, fire away. Anyone and anybody can get it. That's what it felt like down there. In Alabama, down south, people slow down. They slow down, they talk, they laugh. You know, they make space for interaction. And, you know, the more I leaned into it, the more I found myself learning to like it, learning to want to do it more, learning to want to copy their accent and stuff like that. But then in that moment, it started to click for me, man. Like, maybe people aren't closed off. Maybe they're just, you know, maybe they're just waiting for the opportunity to finally reveal themselves. Or maybe it's the environment that helps them out. Maybe the environment helps them to reveal themselves, reveal their true wanting for a connection. Maybe they're waiting for someone to break the script, waiting for someone to choose curiosity, waiting for someone to be interested in them, choosing curiosity over the comfort. And when you do, you can realize how much connection is actually available in that conversation or in that interaction. Just getting over that weird mental hump and just going for it. So all in all, I think environment does shape the behavior. In faster places, people want to protect their time. But in slower places, people want to protect the conversations. People want to protect the connections. It's the same people, just different environments. So yeah, this trip showed me something very simple, yet something very special. Connection isn't gone. Connection isn't gone. We've just stopped practicing it. And sometimes all it takes is just one person to just be curious in another and ask them that simple question. Who are you? But yeah, that's it, man. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, share to someone who needs to hear this. Other than that, develop a Prodigy Mindset and tackle your problems with everything you got. I believe in you. Take care. Peace.